Howdy guys and dolls out there in YouTube land. It's your favorite little fat girl, Keto Goofball Diamond. That used to be how I introduced myself, your favorite little fat girl. And then people told me I had done shrunk too much to use that term and it might be offensive, so I stopped. Anyway, howdy guys and dolls out there in YouTube land. Your favorite little Keto Goofball Diamond. Back again with day 745 of my ketogenic journey, where I started out at 311 pounds as a former adult BBW model, big beautiful woman, down to a Keto Cutie, hopefully at about 110, 120 pounds, and a lifelong journey it will be. So hopefully not until I reach my goal, but I'm still going to be keto at goal. Does that make sense? Anyway, guys and dolls, I'm going to show you what I ate yesterday that was perfectly keto friendly. I'll be right back with a chit chat and a weigh in, but first, if you love me, if you're just a good person, help my channel grow by hitting that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new here. I tell you all about keto every day, my journey and everything I learn. So you should get a lot of value from my videos. Anyway, thumbs up, subscribe, share, ring the bell, and all that good YouTube chat that helps me feel good, accomplished, and wonderful. Here's everything I did yesterday and today. Also, it is breakfast time. It is only almost 1 p.m., but my son and me, I have to go do something for my grandson. Me and my son have to go get some stuff for my grandson, so I've got to hurry up, and I don't want to be tempted while I'm out because my fasting window will be breaking around about the time we're out. So I'm going to go ahead and eat. That way I don't have to eat out or feel like I want to eat out. It's a Diet Cherry Dr. Pepper, Baconator, hells yeah. Just south of having my breakfast meal, I am having a performance nut butter, which has been in the freezer, so it's a more solid kind of cookie thing. It's like straight out of the freezer, but they soften really quickly, but it's really yummy like that. Third meal of the day, pork rinds, double baconator, or bacon double cheeseburger with just mayonnaise, cheese, and bacon, 2 slices of beef, and some ranch. Not ranch, but pork rinds. Oh, and Diet Cherry Dr. Pepper, but it's in there. You can't see it. After that meal, 1 Ghirardelli's dark chocolate, 86% cacao. It comes in a package like that, single wrap, so you don't overeat them, or you shouldn't anyway. In hindsight, I probably should not have both a nut butter and a dark chocolate in one day. So in total, I had 3 of those baconators. I think I only showed 2, and everything else is on here. So calories for the day were 3,109 calories. 16 grams of carbohydrates, 268 grams of fat, 146 grams of protein. But, is it 16 or some of it didn't count? 16 grams of the protein doesn't count. It's incomplete from the pork rinds. You have to look that up. It's a whole interesting topic. 92 grams of fat cooked off of that, so I didn't need all that fat. I'm more at about 100 and, I can't think right now, but take off 92 grams so of the fat. And once you rearrange the macros, because each gram of fat is 9 calories, so 92 times 9, I got to deduct, and my calories were 828 calories that I took off. It's 2,281 calories, and I'll explain more later. As silly as it might seem, I really like these cups, so I went to Dollar Tree, and I got, in total, 4 of these and 4 of these. I like them. So Zach's playing with Beyblades, and it's occupying little Anthony perfectly. So Grandma Pam got you some new Beyblades this weekend?
Yeah, this one bursted that one.
Oh, wow. That's so cool.
That bursted my old Bey.
Wow. Before I get too far involved, I want to say a special thanks to Deborah. I really appreciate it, sweetheart. Or Deborah W. I'm just going to put it like that because I don't know if you want to be known or not, but thank you so much. Alright, you guys, so I know everything seems kind of long-winded, and I hate to really show those baconators over and over and over again, but that's pretty much what I eat all day long. And a lot of people, don't you get bored, or they get bored with it, and I don't blame you, but I have a certain thing about me. I know when I was eating carbs and all that stuff, I eat pizza and pasta pretty much every day anyway, or chicken nuggets. So I'm very repetitive in my foods, but also I find that I can eat those baconators. I can eat them in large numbers. I can get really full off them, and I can lose weight on them. So that's why I eat them so much. It's a very strict, standard, keto-friendly meal that works for me. And I found what works for me, so I kind of stick with it. But here and there I add stuff, and then here and there I do dumb stuff, and I slow myself down. I know exactly what does it. I do it. It's all me. And a lot of times people don't want to admit that, and that's okay. We all have different walks in life, different journeys, different struggles, different things. I know some people binge a lot, and it's hard to rein yourself in when it's yourself, because we can be our own worst enemy. We will argue to the death with ourselves. I can have that. No, I can't. Yes, you can. No, I can't. I'm going to do it anyway. You bet not. Still do it. So, I mean, I know I'm not the only one that argues with myself. I know I'm not. I hope I'm not anyway. Anyway. So yeah, I'm repetitive with my foods. If I find something I like, I find something that works, I'll stick with it. Or try to anyway. But again, I slow myself down a lot. I know, like last week or 2 weeks ago, I was on a roll, man. I was getting new lows every single day, doing so good. And then I screwed myself up. And then I screwed myself up some more. And then I did it again. So, you know. Or then there are times I accidentally screwed myself up. So, yeah. I do want to explain the cheeseburger thing. Because y'all see in my beginnings, I take some fat off my food. It's because you're not really consuming as much fat when you're cooking like ground beef and stuff like that. All the grease that gets left behind in that pan is listed in the macros, but you're not really consuming all that. 1 pound of, I'm sorry, not 1 pound, 1 gram of fat is 9 calories. So if 90 grams of fat cooks off your food, you can deduct 9 times 90. I can't remember what that is. I think it's 828. If I'm not mistaken, somewhere in there. So you can take that many calories off your meal if that's what's left behind, because you're not eating all that. And that's why I do it that way, because I don't want you to think, well, she can consume 3,000 calories and lose. Probably not. I mean, I might be able to. I don't know. I usually can't actually eat 3,000 calories. A lot of it, again, gets cooked off. Now, if you cook steak or something and very little grease gets left in the bottom of that pan, you're probably consuming pretty much what's on the label. Unless you measure it, you don't know, so just go by the label. But if there's a lot left behind, pour it in a bowl, measure that out, because you ain't eating all that fat. Or pour it back on top of your steak. But with beef and hamburger, that's a lot of grease. I mean, you literally be drinking grease for a month. So, not sure I'd recommend that. Not sure that would taste too good, to be honest. But yeah. You know, also, a lot of people talk about fat on this, and one of y'all sent me an email yesterday and told me I should really talk about this. Not everybody is made the same. That's just brass tacks and normal for each and every single human being on the planet. Some of us can consume higher amounts of fat and get by with it. Some of us need less fat and get by with it, or to lose weight. So the amount of fat you need, if you get your protein macro right, if your protein is on point for you and your body, you should not be able to overconsume the fat. Now, when you buy a product, let's say, and this is a high amount, but let's say the product has 50 grams of fat and 50 grams of protein. That's actually okay. Well, your fat's supposed to be higher, but it is. You see, 1 gram of protein is 4 calories. 1 gram of fat is 9 calories. So you're actually getting more fat per gram or per calorie than you are the protein. And your macros, even if it's a 50-50 split, your macros will be higher for your fat. So it's okay. Okay? I know it seems off, but it is. And your carbohydrates, guys. Okay, so we all do a little something special with carbohydrates once in a while. We try to push our luck. But your carbohydrates, really, you need to keep them, unless you're doing OMAD, which is 1 meal in a day. Unless you're doing OMAD, your carbohydrates need to be below 6 grams per meal. That's just kind of a basic, and it'll help you stay under that 20 grams. So if you pick up something, you're having 3 servings of it, it's got 3 carbs per serving, that's 9 grams. You really don't need to consume 9 grams in 1 meal if you can avoid it. Now, there's times I've done it, especially when it's got like the nut butters. I think it's either 6 or 9 in that. Now, like, if I can get by with it and it works for me, it's fine. So if it works for you, if you're consuming something and it's fine, no worries, right? But if you're consuming something, your weight loss is continuously stalled, it might be worth taking that out of your diet for a little while and see if your weight loss improves. And it could be multiple things. So you just have to be very mindful of what you eat. Also, folks, and I've done videos on this before, don't let the scale freak you out. And I say this every damn time, but a lot of people are new to me. A lot of people haven't seen some of my older videos. The scale is just a tool. It is just data. When I step on that scale in the morning, all it's going to reflect is what I've done today. Okay? What I've done today, whatever I ate, if it affected my body in a negative way, my weight will fluctuate up. If it affected it in a positive way, my weight will fluctuate down. There are kind of offsets to that. If you're working out super hard, your weight might go up from water weight. It's completely normal as the muscle heals. If you are getting ready to start your lady issues, the scale might fluctuate up. It's perfectly normal. It's just data. It's letting you know what's going on with your body. Now, if it fluctuates up and you have no earthly idea and lady issues are nowhere near, you probably ate something yesterday that affected you a little bit, and that's okay. Just try to figure out which item that is. If you have to, consume one of those items today and see what happens to your weigh-in tomorrow. So if you fluctuate up, there's probably something going on. Now, again, everybody's different. And since I'm on that subject, stuff like thyroids and your metabolism can have an effect on your weight loss in that manner. So if your metabolism's shot, you might have to do a little something extra to get your metabolism on point. And I bring this up because I was watching Thomas DeLauer today, and he was talking about the thyroid and women in general. Well, women specifically. It was more of a female video. So if you have thyroid issues or metabolism issues, go watch today's video. It's all about women's fat and where they have it, but it's more about how to deal with that, with the thyroid issues and the metabolism issues and aging with that. It's not a very long video. It's a great video. It's very informative. And he even gives you, I think, 2 or 3 things that will help you if you have those problems and help get the weight loss ball rolling again. So definitely Thomas DeLauer, one of my favorites. Very, very bright guy. Let's face it, he ain't hard to look at all. That's a pretty man. Oh, sorry. Got a little hot in here suddenly. I don't know what's wrong with me. Dr. Eric Westman also did a video, and I think the channel he did it on is Fat Adapt or Fat Adapted. So check him out. But it's Dr. Eric Westman. Might be a little biased, but he's from Duke University. He's an awesome dude. He's a very good keto doctor, and I think he's one of the first to really preach keto. He did a video on myths today. So if you're looking for something for people who are scared of the keto diet, he debunks some myths, and he is a very prominent researcher and doctor. Please check that out. Fat Adapted, I think, is the name of the channel, and it's Dr. Eric Westman. So awesome keto doctor. I need to check my blood pressure. A lot of you have asked me why I haven't done blood pressure updates. In part because I don't want to know. Now, for anybody who's new to me, blood pressure has been a 12-year problem for me. I started out with 25 diseases. I now have 1, just the blood pressure issue, and I can't figure that out except for the fact that I don't get much sleep. But I really hate the pills. But without the pills, my blood pressure is really high, but I haven't been taking the pills, so I probably should. And I actually gave that advice to somebody yesterday, and then she said she felt like a failure because she still needed a blood pressure pill. Not a failure, honey. Our blood pressure can be high for so many reasons, and while keto heals most people's blood pressure, not everybody's blood pressure is high for the same reason. So lack of sleep and stress shoots that way up. I think they actually finally debunked that cigarettes don't do it for more than 15 minutes. So once you finish smoking the cigarette, 15 minutes later, your blood pressure is normalized. So that's not necessarily what's causing it. I think they debunked caffeine too. So there's a lot of things, and salt does not cause high blood pressure. However, if you're eating a diet high in carbohydrates, you should lay off the salt a little bit, because carbohydrates make you retain water, and in that water the salt is retained, which could cause you some issues. But if you're a ketoer, you need this. Let me tell you what happened to me yesterday. Now, if you watched my video yesterday, you'll know that when I weighed in, let me go ahead and weigh in, and I'll help you out or tell you something. So yesterday I weighed in at 182. Today, 181.4, so 0.6 lost. But yesterday I lost like 2.4. And I got a headache, and my legs started cramping, and I was like, what the hell is wrong with me? And then I remembered something. Well, I had a whoosh the day before, so guess what? I also peed out my sodium and my magnesium and my potassium. Now, I take magnesium every single night. And I mean to take my potassium every night, but I oftentimes forget it. I really need to just put this beside my magnesium so I can remember to take it. And I also remember, I had this in the kitchen, which is Himalayan pink salt, just Sam's Choice stuff. And the way I do it is different. A lot of people make Soleil water. I can eat salt just out of my bare hand and make a mess. I cannot stand salt water. I do not know why. I guess it tastes like dirty beach water. So I can't stand Soleil water, but, well, okay, that's not true. I've never tried Soleil water, but I can't stand salt water. So, but I can lick it out of my hand just fine. So that's how I did it. And yesterday, right after I ate quite a bit of salt, leg cramps went away, headache went away. So it was definitely my sodium. I know I've got more to tell you. I've also, one of you kindly sweethearts told me to download an app called Fetch Rewards. I downloaded it and I used her code and it gave me a code. So if you guys want to use, it's kind of like Ibotta, but it's more of a receipt style app. You get so many credits and points for stuff and you can get cash back. So both Ibotta and Fetch, my links will be below if you want to join these apps or download these apps, because for one, I think we can help each other build money. I know with Ibotta I've gotten about $300 some back. With Fetch, nothing yet, but I've just downloaded it here recently. So the code's below for the Fetch app, and I think it translates into gift cards and different things like that. I haven't really done much with Fetch. I know what Ibotta does. I love it. So if you don't have these cashback apps on things you normally buy anyway, I would definitely get at least Ibotta, maybe even Fetch Rewards. Check them out. Check into them, see what you think about them. All right, so I think this video is probably already exceedingly long. Did I weigh in? If not, yes I did, but if not, well, if you did, I was 182 yesterday. I'm 181.4 today, 0.6 pounds down. Anyway, guys and dolls, I'm sorry, I don't really have nothing good and funny and cool to tell you today. I did get Zach enrolled finally, completely into the other county. That is a process. Let me tell you something. We didn't want him, we wanted him to go 4 miles that way instead of 10 miles that way into a county with a whole lot of crime and drugs. So we wanted him to go the other way. To transfer him 4 miles over into the other county to the other school was a process. Let me tell you, money had to be paid, a good bit of it. Luckily his other grandma took care of that because she don't want him in this county either. And plus if he gets off the bus, he can get off the bus at her house in the afternoons, and we'll definitely know somebody will be there. She gets off work at like noon, so somebody will be there regardless. I am intending to get a job at some point, most likely, and I'll be talking to y'all about that in the future. There's probably a definite need to do so, but I don't know yet. So there's a lot coming up. But yeah, we had to go to the other school board, get a release letter. We had to send a reasoning letter to one school board. He had to go through a school board process where they had to approve or deny. He's finally been registered for kindergarten. And thank God, too, because this kindergarten in this county started back already, and that one hadn't yet. And then I get to take the kid to get his shots, which I don't really want him to have, but the schools make them have them. So I'm going to get the hell off here and shut the hell up. Much love to you. If you need keto help, all my contact information is in the description below. I will help anybody. If you need a very simple, basic keto guide, email me. It's in the description below, and I will help you. I will send you that little guide. It's got the most basic gist of keto on it. And if you need more detailed information, KetoDiamond.com, I have everything written out for free, including an entire foods list. Everything's there. Please go check that out. And if you're starting keto, I cannot say this enough. Keto can be dangerous if you're not careful, so please read and understand what you're doing. Check out the beginner's list on the front of my channel, the playlist. I tell you all about all of that, and it's also on the beginner's guide on my site, KetoDiamond.com. Okay, so if you have some before and after pictures, please email them to me. I'll be glad to share your story and your photographs on this channel. If you get a Shashka bracelet, which I love dearly, I can't wait for my other one to get here. Send me a picture of yourself wearing it, or one of my t-shirts that I designed. They're also in the description below. A coffee mug. Somebody bought a coffee mug, but I don't know who. So when you get a picture of it, send it to me with you in it, and I'll share you on my channel. Much love to you guys and dolls. Let me shut the hell up. Bye, y'all.